All right, guys. Hey, what's going on? It's Matt Schulteis with Restaurant Secret Weapon, and I am here with some heavy hitters in the restaurant industry. We're going to talk about the coronavirus and what your restaurant can be doing right now to continue to get people in through the door and also stay in front of people throughout the entire process, so that when things do go back to normal, you hit the ground running and you're much farther ahead of your competition. So I wanted to go around, just introduce everybody, and just have you say just a little bit about who you are and what you do. So let's start off with Yume. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay, hi, my name is Yume, and my husband and I own Indochine Cuisine in Parker, Colorado. It's a town of about 60,000 people. Okay. We are next to the cities have called Lone Tree and Castle Rock, Castle Pine. They're very, very affluent cities, and combined of all the four cities, I would say we have about 150,000 people, 160,000 people. And so my background is actually technology, so I actually did not know anything about cooking or anything. Yeah, it was stupid to do a restaurant, but we're doing well. So yeah. we do, I call them I call them progressive, although I don't want the term to take that progressive or Republican or Democrat. It's a progressive food in a way that we prepared. We focus heavily on gluten-free. We have been focusing on it since 2005, and we do a lot of we're very well known in terms of how to cook with for people who actually need certain dietary restriction. Like if they need to have soy-free, we have them. Vegan, we're very good with them. So although we serve Thai, Vietnamese food, and sushi, our menus are quite limited. Have about 52 items, I think, total, which is very different for Asian restaurant.
Yeah.
But because we are able to do things that most Asian restaurants are not willing to do, we have carved out a niche for our restaurant since 2005, and we have huge followers. So so it was a risk that we took a long time ago, and somehow it paid off. So, and now we've been in the restaurant business for 17 years, and we hope to sell the thing in about 2 years, so to retire.
Sounds like you're in a good position to do that, though.
Yes, sure. Yes, we are. After this, especially.
Yeah, after this. So next I want to introduce Matt Plapp. So Matt Plapp, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Unmute myself. We're all at home and dogs and kids running everywhere. It gets crazy. Yeah, my name's Matt. I'm in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, over in the Midwest. I've been in marketing since '99. I've had an advertising marketing firm since 2008. And like Yume, I'm not a technology person, but I accidentally became one and created some things that help restaurants market. And that's how I met Matt and Javier, who was on here. Little background about me that makes me at a different position now than I would have been had this not happened. In September 11th, 2001, I was in advertising, and we also owned a boat and RV dealership that we had just started, come off a huge successful RV show. The economy crashes from 9/11. So I lived through that. We survived. And then in 2007, we decided we were going to sell the RV dealership, sell the real estate, close it down, and go into marketing. That's where I was going to consulting, what I'm doing now. Started to do that, and the economy crashed the summer of 2008. So I've been through two devastating periods, and this is my third. And so I come to this with a little different look and understanding of what's going to happen afterwards, because I saw what happens. But at the same time, I also have compassion for it, because there's a lot of small business owners out there, restaurants especially, that are in oh my gosh mode. Like, what's going to happen in 60 days? Is my restaurant going to exist? Am I going to be able to pay my employees? Am I going to get sued for outstanding bills? Am I going to file bankruptcy? So there's a lot of things out there, and it's a scary time. So my goal tonight is just to lend some feedback to maybe how to battle that, but also what I'm seeing with the clients, because we work with a couple hundred restaurants, and there's trends that I see of which ones are doing better than others right now during this tough time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Matt. And so, Javier, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Javier Meneses, and I was a student of Matt Plapp's, and that's where I met Matt. But my background is running restaurants here in San Diego. I was the general manager of a few places in town, so I learned a lot about the internal, just how to run restaurants. But I've always done marketing on the side, or I've had a screen printing company before, so we always had close relationships with restaurants. So that's how I got back into marketing and helping them have more of a presence online and get more clients. So
Awesome.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now, trying to help as many people as I can that are still open. The problem is right now, like, people just don't know who's open right now. So we're just trying to let those who are have a voice out there.
Awesome. So thanks, guys, everybody, for introducing themselves. I know this will be shown out to some more restaurant owners, and there may be some joining up with us here as we're going. So I just wanted to talk really, just really about what's happening right now. What is working for you guys? What are you seeing with clients, and what are you seeing, Yume, in your restaurant that's working really well to continue to drive business, to continue to get in front of people so that you're set up for success when all this stuff goes back to normal. So if you wouldn't mind, Yume, can you share a little bit about what you're doing that is really working really well and that you might want to share and that would help other people out?
Okay. Well, I would say that, a lot of the stuff that we do kind of help us surviving now. Like, for example, like sort of, I kind of reach out and kind of hire you guys because I actually have a goal to do certain number when the economy was so good anyway. Or blessing that I did that. It wasn't any kind of big deal that I did, but so we did it. And then I signed up, early last year, I did the whole text thing. I have people, just text in the number and got free appetizer. And then I use that as one of the twice a month kind of promotion. And then we have had a royalty reward for years. And then we actually signed up with Chow Now as an online ordering, like about 5 years ago when they first started. We were like the first 2 restaurant, I think. Because I kind of came from technology background, so I kind of appreciate, I like apps, I like new things. So all of that combined have sort of prepare us to sort of now. But what I found is, in addition to those are good because we communicate right away, Facebook Live, telling people that, hey, this is going to happen, but this is what I'm going to be doing to help you. I know going to be locked down. This is like 2 weeks ago when I said, there's going to be a lockdown time. You're going to bore out of your brain, so I'm going to show you how to cook. Every other day, I'm going to do Facebook Live. So I try to bring value besides just asking them to support us. I want them to know I'm also trying to help them out too. So we did that. And then I also start showing them all the hand sanitizer that I got and I installed them various places in the restaurant. And that's when we would still have a dining in. So people start walking through the restaurant, seeing all of this being set up.
Yeah.
Now, our restaurant, since we are known to be able to take good care of a customer dietary restriction, I think that kind of translates into the fact that we're also a very clean kitchen. That when we adhere to the to the rules, a very clean kitchen. People can actually see in our kitchen, not just like Panda Express when you only see the top. They actually see the bottom. They see a lot of our feet walking around the floor being completely clean. And so I think by getting in front of that, and then I start sending out. I'm not sure you guys are on our Facebook page, right? Mm-hmm. I start sending out like an Indochine news.
Yeah.
So I tell them our thought about the first day that we got sort of like mandate to having no dine-in, what we feel. But the tones are very positive. Like, I don't want to keep talking about the virus and blah, blah, how the world gonna crash. We talked about what we're doing and how what we are able to keep most of the staff. So the tones are very positive because I'm a very positive kind of person to begin with. But also when you're marketing, I mean, I definitely don't want to beg people to go support me because they feel bad for me, because that's not going to last. I want them to support me because they want to support a winner. They want to support someone who have who had a vision and who very proactive. They want to be part of that. Just like even right now, even during this time, and people always say, success breeds success, or people follow successful people. They like to, by sending out the daily news like that and being very positive, reporting, I'm like, oh, we're hitting 98% revenue. I am, in a way, make them become the stakeholders of the company. So they are doing anything they can to really help us, and not because they feel sorry for us. They help us because they feel like, oh, we're having a goal, all of us, and we're going to try to achieve it. So in addition to doing that, we also, when we're changing our dining room into more like a triage, so we have like 50, 60 orders at a time, we want to show them how we proactively, like I always have to think ahead of the customers. I show them how proactively we are going to set up the station so that they see how we package their food. They see how we wipe down the outside of the bag with a disinfectant. And then when we handed the bag to them, we actually have a glove box right there when they say to them, like, please use this glove to grab the bag from us. In addition to the hand sanitizer, we have two boxes for pen, but if they have to sign the credit card, that pen become in a dirty bin. So then I particularly told my staff to make sure to do visibly wiping the pen down with a disinfectant so that I put it back into clean. So then the customer at every time they turn around, they know they're taken care of. They see our sign, they see our post about what we're doing. We're asking our Grubhub, our DoorDash people to, use our gloves to handle the food of the customer. So all of those little things, I know that sound very little, but all those little things continue to build confidence. And I know we have many customers who come into our restaurant, take pictures of our triage, take picture of our sign, and share them on social media. And I try not to get on some of the group, because a lot of the local groups talking a lot about restaurants. I don't belong to the group by design, because I don't want to be in there talking about us all day long. I want people to talk about us, not us talking about ourselves, and not us having to defend anything or having to, keep thanking thousands of people outside of our Facebook group. So I do a lot of that kind of thing that I think have helped. So our number have actually been really strong. On an average, on a weekday, we're doing 2,500, which is, that's a strong day for us. Yeah. And then Friday, we did 4,800. Saturday, we did 4,200. Sunday, we did 3,200. Yesterday, we did 3,400. And it's like, it nonstop. So
that's awesome.
And I will tell you, so yesterday I asked you guys to send out the 15%, right?
Yeah.
And then I did not do any Facebook Live now for 2 days. I tried to see if not doing Facebook Live is going to impact my sales, and it does. Today we're slower. I think we're standing right now at 2,200. Well, also because this is the first day when Colorado as a whole state is on lockdown. We voluntarily did that ourselves last week when people were still wandering around. Like, oh my God, we can't go anywhere. So that I would strongly recommend that. But don't go out there and just yapping about, oh my God, no, do something. I mean, show them something different that you do to your restaurant that will accommodate this new thing, and then go on and kind of educate and thank them, and that's it. You've probably seen some of the Facebook Live that I did, in my thing. It's just very lighthearted, and it's just like, I'm going to do a Facebook Live tomorrow about how to show our customer how to sanitize their to-go food when they get home. they already know how we help it up until they get it. So we want them to know like how to sanitize them when they get home further. And we're going to stress the fact that hot food kills the virus. Because we heavily into Thai food. We do have sushi, and we still have people buying sushi a lot. But cold food, it truly is. It's not the time to buy cold food or sandwiches or anything like that, because that actually spreads a lot faster. So those are the kind of education that I think, depend on what your restaurant concept is, you can kind of making sure to, to kind of veer toward that, I guess. So, so like, for example, we mentioned to our customer a lot that, we use gloves a lot, but I don't go out and say, oh man, we use gloves all the time, blah, blah. I probably just said, before these, we were worried about polluting the environment by using, by changing gloves like hundreds of times a day. See, right there, already put in their mind that, oh my God, they're changing gloves so much before. I said, now, because with the virus, is not my priority. I don't mind polluting the environment now to keep you safe, so I'm changing 1,000 times a day. So those are kind of stuff that I think reassuring the customers that your place is safe. Your place, take good care of them, and they'll come back and they will tell their friends, and they will frequent more. And I think that we will triple down on our marketing even further, because now many restaurants are closing. So we are going to triple down our marketing so that when the thing is over, when people actually don't have any fund for marketing, we're going to be already all set, so. But that's it.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I think what I took from what you were saying too is it's a lot of it is about education right now, showing the process and showing what you're doing, and a lot of the reassurance, and not out there so much saying support us, but just showing by example. And that stat you talked about with how you noticed when you didn't do a Facebook Live, the impact that it had on your daily sales. I thought that was really key too. So that was
like today, if we were to do Facebook Live, I probably would expect 2,800, I think.
Yeah.
But because we didn't do it, I know that kind of like self-sabotaging, but the only way you have to test. So you never know. So I tend to test something like that quite a bit of time to see which one more effective. And I found that not doing that, I think that kind of, slowed down a little bit today.
Yeah. No, we'll get those ramped back up. So let me know the times you'd like to do those, and we can do the same thing we did last week and let people know. I know, Matt, since you work with so many restaurants, you probably as well have a ton of knowledge about this and just what your clients are doing and what you're seeing. So please share with us.
Well, I'm going to go to Colorado, and I'm going to kidnap her and bring her back to work for my company to teach my clients, because while she was talking, I'm agreeing with everything, and I'm on her Facebook page looking. And I actually just told a handful of people this about an hour ago. I was teaching a class about an hour ago, and somebody said, what's working? What are you seeing that's working with your restaurant clients? Because we've got a lot. I've got some that are down 50%. I've got some that are up. And I said, what's funny is the ones that are succeeding right now are people that didn't just come on the scene and start doing Facebook Lives. They've been doing it forever. And one of my clients, Brian, is his Facebook Lives are getting 800 to 900 views. But what's impactful about him is he's not on there with his hand out. He's on there talking about the situation. He's on there telling them what's going on. He's telling them the opportunity. But they've seen him the last year. He's on there all the time. Like I was looking at, it's Yume, right? Am I pronouncing that right? I was looking at Yume's Facebook page, and she's been doing videos there's one going back at least a year ago. And so it's not like she all of a sudden came on the scene like, hey, look, we're in a problem. Come help us. She was already doing the stuff. And the openness, and I think that's a big thing. Like I deal with a lot of restaurants. I deal with some restaurants that are one-off concepts that have owner-operators that when you walk in, they know you. And I also deal with restaurants that have a person that owns 10 locations. And when you walk in, that 16-year-old doesn't know you. And I always crack up because me and my wife and kids eat out twice a day, almost like clockwork, every day. I wear an orange sweatshirt or this golf shirt every day. I wear orange gym shoes every day. I'm the easiest moron to spot when you walk in your restaurant. And there's one restaurant up the street from me here that we've gone to every week for the past 4 years. There's not a person in there that knows my name. And I can promise you, they're probably struggling right now because they don't have that personal connection. So when I see them make a Facebook post or an email, I'm like, I mean, I like their food, but yeah, okay. But my other clients, other people I visit, I see the owner on Facebook all the time. I walk in, he's like, Matt, what's up? I've gone there 3 times because I'm like, you know what? He needs me more than ever. Today, I went by one of my clients, and it was kind of funny. I paid my bill. I went there by myself, got a pizza, ordered some extra stuff to bring home for tomorrow, and then I tipped $25. It was a $10 bill. And he looks at his computer like this. He goes, starts hitting buttons, and he thought it was an error. And he goes, did you mean to do this? What this says 25. I'm like, yeah, $25 tip. You guys are working your butts off, and there's not going to be a line. I want to take care of you. And he's like, hey, we appreciate it. And I did that because of the relationship as a customer to the person. Whereas when I go to the restaurant down the street and get lunch the other day, I gave a good tip, but it wasn't that level. And so what she's talking about resonates. I mean, it goes right to my heart because I've looked at our clients. I have a dashboard that has hundreds of restaurants listed. I can see sales today, opt-ins, redemptions, and sales. And I can see that today, yesterday, past 7 days, past 30 days, month to date. The ones right now that are doing past 7 days that are doing great are the ones that have somebody like her inside the restaurant that shake hands, kiss babies, and talk to customers, and also create content and tell their story. And it's not a one-way street. It's giving and taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. That's the exact kind of stuff I wanted to hopefully share with everybody on here who is on either now or is watching it later, because I mean, yeah, tough times are here right now, but if we can come together, and that's the whole idea with this. I know, Matt, you had done one of these last week, and that was the inspiration, is let's just get together, share ideas, help each other, because I mean, all of us right now, we're not even close to the same, room. I mean, me and Javier are in the same state, and that's it. So, I mean, these ideas can be shared freely, and I love that we're able to do that. So, I mean, that as well, like Javier, what are you seeing with people you're working with and the areas you're working at?
That's pretty much exactly what Matt just said. Those that have been active, putting out content, and not as well, also having those guest connections are doing well with the curbside pickup and getting lots of engagement on the social media that they're putting out. Their content's getting a lot of engagement because they've been active in it. It's I think in Matt's book, it says, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago, but the next time is now, like that's the second best time. So exactly. So it's, those that are just have been constantly producing content and also having great customer experiences are the ones that are, they're hanging in there pretty well. Some, because I talk actively to a lot of restaurant owners here in San Diego. I'm still friends with a lot of them. So we were talking today, and some guys tried it for 2 days, and it was just costing more in labor than it was to stay open. And now they had to close down until we figure out how long we're going to be closed down for. Some guys are ready to be closed down until June. So, because it's kind of it's a crazy time. So those that are hanging in there and really putting out valuable content and staying engaged with their audience, those are the ones that are going to make it through, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that I've seen that with, Yume, I've been sharing your videos with all of the other restaurants that we work with, especially we work with a few other restaurants that are Malaysian and Thai style restaurants as well. And I'm just like, start doing this. Like, here's an example, like you need to start doing something now, because by doing that, I mean, you're literally like the 1% of the 1% of restaurant owners that are doing the videos, that are doing everything. And it shows. I mean, you were talking, we've had conversations before that the people and the restaurant owners nearby you have come to you and asked for your advice, just because you've been around for so long and you've been so successful in that. And so I know that a lot of that comes down to just what you've been doing, year after year after year. You had that technology background. So, I mean, what for you, I would say, what has been the things that you have told them? If they were on a call with us right now, sitting here, what would you tell them to be doing?
Well, many people ask me, and it's like that. Like I mentioned to you, around here in this city, there's several groups that got started by just people who just like stick their nose in somebody else's business, like living in Parker, who go out there, and every time you have a new restaurant, he gone down, he told everyone, go like this restaurant, go like the restaurant. Okay. And then I keep saying to people, I said, don't just like them. I mean, the restaurant just think that, oh my God, I got 1,000 likes. Oh, I think I'm golden. No, I don't care about likes. You got to be able to get more engagement. And engagement is by sharing about what you're doing and about really caring about the community that you live in. And my style is very different. We do a lot of community outreach that a lot of people don't know anything about. You have to go to certain group, read something about it, and then they are like, oh, thank you, Yume and Jeff, for doing this, right? Because we're the kind of person that we're not flashy. We don't like to advertise what we do, that a good deed, because we know that by not doing that, when people found out, they thought that, oh my God, this is the biggest secret that somehow they just found out now. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of psychology into this. And I always say to people, so a lot of people that I told them, I said, hey, you might want to sign up to start doing Facebook ads. They go, oh yeah, I boost posts all the time. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the heck you're doing. I just don't know you boost posts are going to be working. And you know me, I actually have Facebook ad background on my other business. So I just told them, I said, all I know is that you need to get these onto Messenger, because people are on the phone all the time. You can send something more there, because I did try Facebook ad, myself on Indochine. It didn't work. So I told them, I said, at a certain point in time, you're going to need some expert help. But most of the restaurant owner, I know, they feel that, they hear people say, boost post, get a lot of people liking your stuff, and then you're good, And so I keep saying to them now, I said, no, this is a time if you have any kind of funding to start putting things out there. Now, the offer might be different, because some of them are new to the community, or some of them might not have the right food. Mm-hmm. Because the offers have to be good, but also come from a good restaurant, then that kind of be a perfect storm, right? It's nice. But if you have a good offer that somebody doesn't know you, this is the time when I told them, I said, this is the time when if they have any kind of funding at all, they should start thinking about building up the list, getting some offer out there, or just to educate people. Not even having anything offer, just say about what you're doing, and then just to let them know who you are. Because unless they're planning on completely shut their door after 8 weeks, they're going to need to start doing now. Because 8 weeks from now, those ones that are going to be really busy are the ones that all been there all along, right? And that be in front of people all day long, because by then we'll have different campaign. By then we have different offer to bring them in here to sit down and have dinners. And so I do think that a lot of people don't care much for, they said that nobody read emails anymore, so they don't care about collecting emails. And most of the time when I told them what I do with text, they're all like, oh, that's too expensive. That's like $200 a month. So it's sort of like, if you don't invest in your business or in your marketing, then really you're not going to be able to reap any benefit, And of course, the fact that they say that, well, we've been here 17 years, so therefore you're going to do well no matter what. That's not true. There's 3 restaurants in town right now, been here just as long as I have been here. Is a Japanese restaurant. The 2 Japanese restaurants are closed for 8 weeks. Wow. Because they cannot seem to keep it profitable to run. Because they care a lot about SEO. They would hire people to do SEO on their website. And I'm like, I don't even remember what the name of my website most of the time. I mean, if I had to tell somebody about that, I'm like, I think it's Indochine Cuisine or something like that. You know what I mean? But people that are focusing on the wrong thing, I think they invest a lot in SEO. They're thinking people are going to go out there and type in, sushi restaurant in Parker, versus putting the thing right in front of them. If they're sitting there doing nothing, the thing needs to go in front of them. So I'll tell them, I said, instead of push, instead of pull, you need to push it. So, but what the heck do I know?
Sounds like
So
you
that's what
know
I've been
quite a
telling them
bit.
to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those numbers
you
you were
know, they
saying
like,
were pretty good.
yeah, you know, they just said, you know, Facebook ads are so expensive. I don't want to do that. And I'm not sure you guys belong to the restaurant owners and managers group or not.
Yeah.
You guys in there? I'm pretty
Yeah.
active in there. There's some idiots in there that constantly telling them like, oh, this is the time you need to get to us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys need to go in there. And, you know, but those guys don't even know how to marketing. They like literally now asking all these owners who can't even make payroll to invest in, you know, their system. That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
This is I have approached this a different way myself. We actually, about 2 weeks ago, and I think it's because of my sensitivity to when 2008 happened. I'll never forget it. We had GE was one of our three lenders. We had paid them. I think the number was 1.8 million in interest over the prior 10 years on our loans for inventory. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, what can you do to help us the next 60 days? They said, nothing. You're technically not a paying client right now because we had closed our line. And I'm like, so you made all this money on us? They go, oh, we only look at the quarter and we can't offer you assistance. I'm like, great. And meanwhile, I had everybody call me trying to sell something. I'm like, I got no money. There's nothing to buy. I need to figure it out. So, you know, like right now, I've got a message coming from a restaurant that I love going to called Colonial Cottage in my hometown where I'm from here. I reached out to them and said, what do you need? Free of charge. They're like, what do you mean free? I'm like, we'll help you. I have the team. We have the abilities. Whatever we can do to help you, we will, because you need more help the next month or two than you've needed the last 6 months or 2 years. And I think that's one thing I noticed. I've been in this game since 2008. And the time that my agency has done better and been better received is when there's a 2 to 3 year period around bad times. This past 2 years has been amazing economy, and people's egos got inflated. Oh, I know how to do Facebook.
Yeah.
I know how to do email. I know how to text. I'm like, well, I know how to cook a burger too, but guess what? It sucks compared to yours. I actually tried to make pad thai one time at my house. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to send you my sauce. It's like 100% proof.
Yeah. So that's what drives me crazy is so many businesses, they got inflated with how great it was. Well, they're going to come down to reality right now. A lot of them are. And come May, like I was talking to a client yesterday, where they have 198 restaurants they work with. They have a beer system that we partner with. And we're putting together a plan that we're going to launch next Wednesday, free of charge, 60-day program that their 198 restaurants will have access to. And it's called the relaunch. And the concept is, hey, yes, it sucks now, but guess what? Late April, you're going to be opening up and going full steam ahead the next month or two. You better be planting the seeds and be ready when the gates open. What you're saying is dead on. Being involved, you can't be a Johnny come lately. Now, granted, if I'm a restaurant and I haven't been doing what you've been doing, I'm starting today. I'm getting on Facebook Live right now, and I'm telling the story of my employees. I'm talking about Gina over here, who's a single mother with 2 kids. I'm talking about Tony, who's my sous chef, who's been here for 10 years, and his kids play T-ball locally, and he goes to this church. I'm going to paint that picture so that people can realize this isn't for me. It's for them.
Yeah, that's so funny that you mentioned that, because I actually have a couple of clips that I interview some of my younger kids. One of my dishwasher, because I always take them because they have mom and dad who frequent our restaurant. A lot of our employees come from those kids who've been eating here since they were like 2 years old. So I actually have a series that coming out that interview each of these kids. Quite a few of them are not going to be able to walk for their graduations, right? But it's not so much that. It's just that it have nothing to do with Indochine. It's just that I wanted to bring the human stories,
Yep.
to that. So then they know, they don't look at us as Indochine is a Thai place. I want them to look at us like, hey, that's my family, that's my friends. So time like this happen again, I want them to be the last women, last man standing, and they will help you. And I say that to people all the time. I've seen so many people, every time they want to do something, it's all about, oh my God, me, what can I get? It's never about, let give the community an opportunity to know the kids that work behind the scene, what the aspiration to become, when they're gonna go to college. Although it might not be anybody's business, but every one of these kids have parents, and the parents have friends have principal, and T-ball coaches. Pretty soon you literally had thousands, hundreds of shares because they happen to know the kid. And you do that and make the kid feel good that they work for you, that, just so many things. And I never really go now, I always say this to people. They always say, how come you're so good at marketing? I said, I never really think of this marketing. I always think of like, what story can I tell? What thing that can I do really that would make people go like, what, the minute I got off the plane coming back from Belize, I want to come and see Yume. I want to tell her how my diving was. That's what I want them to think of us. Not like, oh, I want to go in and eat drunken noodles or pad thai, It had to be like, I want to tell about the story, how I met this couple or whatever. So I always say that to people. And I said, so you couple that with all the technical stuff of Facebook ad, because it had to go hand in hand together. You can't do all that fluffing thing and not having your ad in front of people, then they won't work. It had to go both. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, you hit it on the head. Humanizing the brand, for sure. That's what helping a lot of people get through. I know there's a restaurant group here in San Diego that they started. They closed completely, but they're selling T-shirts for their staff. Their staff is very friendly, and they're known as like the friendliest group of restaurants in all San Diego. And so they're selling T-shirts, and proceeds of, you can buy T-shirts specifically for certain staff members too, and the proceeds go straight to them. So I helped them set up their online store and get that going. So there's a lot of things you can do, even if you're closed, to help your staff out and kind of humanize your brand a little bit, so that people want to help out and come and see you when you do open those doors up again.
Yeah, I just so sad, because it just, I don't know. I don't know. People just asked me today, like, my estimate as to when this whole thing gonna be over and when we can be up again. I just don't know. I'm in a really prestigious building, and to see that, 3 out of 5 eating establishment are closed the next 8 weeks. I'm in a block of the called Main Street, which is a really popular street in my city, and we only have seven restaurants on thing called Main Street, and I think only 2 of them. Us are the only one that doing good.
Yeah.
Another one is like suffering. He not closed yet, but he will be very soon. The other one are trying to figure out what the heck to do now.
Yeah.
When they haven't done anything before. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of late,
One thing
prepare.
One thing I'm honestly really encouraged by with this, and this might sound weird, but I think by a lot of the restaurants I know personally, having to lay off a lot of staff, the owners are working in the restaurants more.
That's true.
I hope that it opens their eyes to what they're missing. I'm going to tell you a quick story. This was actually, April of 2018. I went in and sat down with the marketing director of a big restaurant brand. We worked with, at that time, 4 of their stores out of 100 plus. And I said, I want to show you something. He goes, what do you got? And I said, well, I want to show you this, because they all had the exact same ad campaign, the exact same reach. The front end of the metrics were the same, the spend and the reach. It changed when you went to the engagements and when you went to the shares and when you went to the sales. And I pointed them out and I said, I want to ask you a question. I said, I know the people that own these 2 locations. They're in the stores every day. They're shaking hands. They're kissing babies. You walk in, they high five you. They know your kids. They know everything. I don't know the owners of these 2 stores because they're clients, but I don't know them personally. I've never been in their store because it's a couple hours away. I said, can I make a guess on something? And the guy said, what? I said, this guy's an attorney that invested in the franchise as an investment. And this guy is probably back of house because his reviews are top notch, but that's it. And he goes, and looks at his phone. He starts texting. I go, what are you doing? He goes, hold on. Well, the CEO of the company comes walking in, who I had never met, and sits down and he goes, tell him what you just told me. And so I told him. And he goes, that guy's an attorney. And that guy used to be the GM of a Chipotle. He came over and he lives in the kitchen. He's scared to go in the showroom. And he goes, why do you know that? I said, because when I look at their social media, people that engage and people that share do that because they're proud of the place that they call their favorite restaurant. When they don't engage with you, when you come in and they walk through the line, they're a number. It's where they get their lunch and their drink and they leave. They're not going to share that promotion because they don't really care. They don't know you. And it was crazy because it was literally 10x in the shares and the engagements on the exact same spend, exact same type of market, exact same reach. And the other ones had 10x in sales in the program and their other stuff, and we're doing great. And it's because that owner is in the store. The owner is talking to the customers. The employees see it. The employees do the same thing. Everybody, you're a customer there. And I think that's the key point.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. And I know we see that with what Yume is doing. That's obvious that you're in there every single day.
Yeah, I know. I had to like forego my day off. I mean, thank goodness my online store, you know, like for right now, most of the biker babes are not going to be like, you know, going to any of the rallies. So at least it slowed down a little bit. So I was able to go like, good, I'm going to be at the restaurant 7 days a week. But I said, once this thing is over, it will be like my audience from the other business going to be like, want to be out on the street. I'm going to have to be shipping those jeans again. So, so for now, it's a good time for me to be here. But I want to be here. I mean, even though if the other business was going super well, I still going to let my team run it, because I want to be here. I mean, it's a very good assurance when the customer come in and see that the owners are there. But in a time like this, when health is so important, they want to make sure that we are there to make sure we follow, that our staff are not going to inadvertently harm them, you know, by being careless. So that is so, so key. I mean, our place is like spotless. And every day I come by and I'm very proud of all the thinking that we put into it to make our customer feel very comfortable. Because this is the time when they're going to be like, am I going to get infected by whatever you just handed me? You know? So.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I think that's like a perfect way to obviously to go ahead and you know, end our time here, is that it's really all about like what you were talking about, Yume, with being in the restaurant, and Matt's talking about, it's really comes down to it's leadership from the top. You know, that's what I've been learning with Matt as my coach, and learning from friends like Javier who have been in the industry, and from yourself, is that it's really just leading from the top, showing as an example, and doing the right things every single time. Well, you know, as often as you possibly can, right? For your staff and for the customers, and just continuing to stay in front of them, because that's what's going to matter right now, is that if they completely stop doing anything, if it's a restaurant that stops doing everything and shuts down, by the time things get back going again, you're starting from zero. And the restaurants that continue right now, it's just like driving a car, right? Somebody's at a dead stop and you're cruising past them, even if you're going 20 or 30 miles an hour, it's going to take them a lot longer to catch you. And, you know, so doing something right now is the best possible thing you can do. And so I just want to thank everybody that hopped on and joined, and hopefully, you know, anybody who watches this later gets a lot of value from it. So.
All right. Well, nice to meet you guys. And I mean, please, I am always like, I love new ideas. So you can throw anything at me to start to get us thinking about. We are doing a 3-day celebration. I know I'm landing already. A 3-day celebration. So we're now inserting the little sheet that we're thanking our customers. Let's see if I have it to show you. Oh, here, see? See? It said, entire staff grateful for your support during the challenging time. We will proudly say that we will not make it without your support and love. We're looking forward to celebrate and show our appreciation and gratitude to you and your family as soon as we are allowed and safe to do so. So please, we want to make sure we keep you informed of the impending celebration. So please join our Facebook page. See? Awesome. So then we can do that. Yeah, but that's what we're doing already. We're starting today. Yeah.
You're handing those out with every order?
Every order is inside there. We actually were thinking about doing like a 15% or 20%, but we thought, no, we don't want to be a salesy thing. We want it to be strictly the messages. We are looking forward to celebrate with you, but you need to make sure that, you know, we're going to provide status update on our Facebook page. So then they can go in, they like it, they follows it, then everything after that, then they see my Facebook live every single time, those kind of stuff. Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
We're doing it already to start today. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate being involved. I tell you what, you said get value. We could box her up and sell her worldwide.
Hey, you know what I told my husband? I said, if I ever sell the restaurant, my retirement would be working on restaurant marketing. I just don't know whom I need working for.
Yeah, that guy.
I call dibs.
Matt called dibs.
I am expensive, but I can definitely sign people up, I think.
Hey, if you're worth every penny.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely done. Well,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk again soon.
You too.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Matt. Thanks, Matt. Bye, Yume.
Thanks, Matt. Bye.